Hi guys, and welcome to this another video. Today we are going to talk about nested virtualization. So in the previous video we saw how to install, how to download and step by step do some installation of GNS3. So in this other video we will see how to enable or verify if nested virtualization is enabled on our workstation, precisely on the Windows 11 operating system. So what is the objective here is, as I said, is to verify and enable nested virtualization on Windows 11, deploy or download and import GNS3 VM to VMware Workstation 17 Pro, and set up preferences in GNS3. So what is nested virtualization? So nested virtualization, also known as hypervisor inside an hypervisor, allows you to run a virtual machine that contains another hypervisor, enabling you to create virtual machines within virtual machines. So this capability is now supported by almost all modern hypervisors. So in another words, what we need to say here is that on your workstation, you will have a VMware workstation that is already installed. On the VMware workstation, you will deploy a virtual machine called GNS3 VM. So GNS3 VM already running as a virtual appliance on VMware Workstation. GNS3 also going to host network appliances. So it will be like GNS3 VM is serving as an hypervisor for these network appliances, because these network appliances will also require CPU, memory, and storage. So a GNS3 VM that is already running as a virtual machine on VMware Workstation will also serve now as an hypervisor for these network appliances. So this is a capability that needs to be verified on each on the workstation on which you have installed VMware Workstation, because this is sometimes tricky depending on the operating system. I know with Windows 10 it is very smooth to go. It is enabled by default and it works fine with Windows 10, but with Windows 11 it's a little bit tricky. So we see that in this next slide. So how do we verify and enable nested virtualization? So here we have like three places where we need to check the configuration. So the first thing, or the first place where we need to go, is in the Windows optional features, where we need to make sure that Hyper-V virtual machine platform and Windows hypervisor platform are not these boxes are not ticked. So we need to uncheck these boxes in the Windows optional features. Also, we need to check in the Windows registry keys to make sure that in on this key, the value of this key, enable virtualization based security, is set to 0. So the last level of verification where we need to go is to check on the Windows kernel isolation under your Windows 11. You check the memory integrity to disable it, so that you also disable the protection of the local security authority. So if you are not able to configure or enable nested virtualization on your Windows 11 or Windows 10 workstation, these are some of the errors, the common errors that you have when you are trying to launch the GNS3 workstation, the GNS3 VM, pardon. So that you either have this error message or this other one, because these messages are related to the virtualized Intel VTX or the EPT, that is the virtualization extension that are actually included in the GNS3 VM. So when your workstation or Windows 10 or Windows 11 is not supporting nested virtualization, you will not be able to launch the GNS3, and the GNS3 will then send you these error messages to inform you that the GNS3 cannot work as an hypervisor for the network appliances. So the infra that you have been created will be useless at that time. So let's see how to check this virtualization, this nested virtualization on the workstation. So what we are going to do here is you will check firstly on the optional features. So here under optional features, let me expand it. Okay, expand. So from here, firstly we need to check that Hyper-V. So the Hyper-V component here, all the boxes are unchecked. So all the boxes here are unchecked. This this is done. Next thing that we need to check is the Microsoft virtualization platform. Where is this? So we have this other one, Windows hypervisor platform. So this one also is unchecked. Yeah, this other component is also unchecked. So I think there is a third component that we need to look at. What was it again? Let me check. Okay, so it is already the two are at the same position. So we have the Hyper-V that is already unchecked. We have virtual machine platform that is also unchecked, and the Windows hypervisor platform that is also unchecked. So from this checking, this is already good. So next, what we need to check is we go in the registry to check the registry keys. So we say okay, say yes. So here I think it is HP local machine. Was it software or systems? So let me check. Okay, systems. Okay, so from HP local machine system, then we go under current control set. Then we take control. So under control, we check device guard. So this is device guard. You select device guard. Then we need to check the value of this key. Enable virtualization based security. So on some workstation, this will be set on 1, so or another value. So make sure you set this value to 0. So when it is 0 on hexadecimal like this, so you do okay, and we are good to go. So the third option, or not the option, because these are the three things that you need to check. So the third thing that you need to check down is the kernel isolation. So from my workstation, I will look at let me just type like kernel, or okay, let's say isolation. Okay, core. It's not kernel, it is core isolation. So let's select. So from here under core isolation, you need to make sure that memory integrity is off. So when memory integrity is off, I think when you do this you put this at off, it also put this information also below here at off. Also off this other information below. So when this is done, now what we need to do is we go on GNS3 website to download the GNS VM virtual machine. So from here, I will take free download. So under download GNS3, after you see this Windows, Mac, and Linux, here you see for optional performances, make sure to also download the GNS3 VM. So here is where we are going to download the GNS3 VM from here. So I'll click here. So I'm deploying the GNS3 for which hypervisor platform. So is it VirtualBox, VMware Workstation and Fusion, VMware EXXi, or Microsoft Hyper-V? So I'm looking the one for VMware Workstation. So I just hit download. So the file is downloading. So it is a zip file. We need to unzip and get access to the content of the zip file. So you just give a few moments, you open the file from the Explorer. So from here, so here is the GNS3 VM that we have here. So the file is in this folder. So what we need to do now is to launch VMware Workstation. So from here, what we are going to do here is, instead of saying create a new virtual machine, we instead say open a virtual machine, because the file for the GNS VM that we have is already the virtual machine. So we just need to open it. So I will say open a virtual machine. From here, I'll go under downloads. So from downloads, I think here is the folder where you have the GNS3 virtual machine. So I just select the GNS3 virtual machine. What all I need to do now is just to hit on open, and the virtual machine will be imported on the will be uploaded on the GNS on the VMware workstation. So that's it. So here on the GNS workstation, what you need to do is just provide the name. So generally what we do here, we still maintain the same name, GNS3 VM information. Then you hit here on import. So here we have our GNS3 virtual machine that is actually already uploaded on our VMware workstation. So from here, what we have to do, for example, is to edit the virtual machine settings. So virtual machine settings under CPU or under processors, what we need to check is this information: virtualize Intel VTX or EPE or AMD. So this, make sure that this information is checked, because this, when this is checked, it means that this virtual machine is going to serve as an hypervisor for the network appliances that will be launched from GNS3. So this is checked. So we can also check this one for virtualized CPU performance counters. So we can do same. We say okay, and make sure that the network adapter is connected to bridge. Make sure that one of the network adapter is actually connected as on the bridge network connection on your workstation. So we say okay. So from here now, you can also set the information regarding the memory, the size of the memory and the CPU, depending on the resources that you have on your workstation. So for me, I just give them 8. So I set power on, and now we are good to go on our GNS3 workstation. So we just wait for it to load. This will take just some few seconds or minutes. Okay, so this is it. So GNS3 has launched, and actually it has taken the IP address of 192.168.2.37 on my local network. So as I also said last time, when installing the GNS3, you have some option to install the web client. So from here, I can launch the web client using the HTTP, then providing the IP address to have access to my GNS3 project. So now let's jump into GNS3 and set up preferences. To do is to go under edit and take preferences. So in the preferences menu here, what we need to do is we will go here under server. So what we need to understand here is that GNS3 would like to use the GNS3 VM virtual machine that is actually launched on the VMware workstation. So we need to set up that information from our preferences here. So from here, we'll go under GNS3 VM. So from here, we make sure that the enable the GNS3 VM is checked. So from here, you select the hypervisor that is actually running on your workstation. For our case here is VMware Workstation. So from here, you select now the virtual machine that saves at GNS3 VM. So we have our GNS3 VM that is actually running. So when you just select it here, all you need to do now from here is just to do okay. So what we have configured here is to inform our GNS3 that uh, next time when GNS3 launches, it will also automatically launch the GNS3 virtual machine from here. It means that next time if you launch GNS3 software when VMware Workstation is not yet launched, it will automatically launch VMware Workstation. Then it would power on the GNS3 VM, because as per the preferences that we have set up here, GNS3 we need to work with the GNS3 VM. So that is it. We have completed this task. So see you guys in the next video for another topic.